welcome to the first edition of Jennifer and Kamisha Before Hollywood Roundtable. I'm Angela. I'm your host today. We have a great list of panelists here and guests that will be discussing the industry and your journeys. I would like to introduce the host and the co-host, Jennifer and Kamisha.
Hi, I'm Kamisha Dalmeda. I'm an actress, up-and-coming producer, screenwriter, creative writer.
I'm Jennifer Bonaparte, and I'm an actress, I'm a poet, songwriter, also a producer. And me and Kamisha came together to put this roundtable together because we want to just get out there and help people who are on their journeys and they don't know what to do. And like-minded people are always good to learn from. So I would like to take this moment to have everyone just go around and introduce themselves and what they do.
So I'm Joanne Cleghorn. I'm an actress, a playwright.
I'm Mies Ford. I'm a director, writer, producer, and the company's a Royalty Films.
I'm Lisa Easton-Adil. I am a creative content producer.
Hi, I'm Ian Stevens. I'm a writer and a photographer.
Hi, I'm Angela. I'm a hairstylist. Did you have support from your family and friends? And if you didn't, what challenges did you have and how did you move past those challenges?
Well, I'll start because when you say support, to me there's different types of support. There's financial support, there's emotional, spiritual support. Financially, I kind of just took it upon myself to get the equipment that I needed to be a photographer. You know, like getting money through school, working, just doing side gigs and everything, and I just accumulated some of my most of my gear just getting it over time. You know, that's how I got it.
I could say as for me, my church was a big help. They supported me through when I had a project due. They were right there for me. My bishop was great with, oh yeah, just go ahead and film and do some photography, do whatever you have to do to get your project done. And so I feel like I learned more with them because they opened up the doors for me to, perfect my craft. And then as far as family, some members of the family were very supportive. And then some members, they're okay, yeah, everybody has a dream. So, whatever. But I feel like what has made the difference is the support from my mom. And my mom she's like, oh, you know what, girl, you got a Lifetime movie going on because look at the situation you're going through right now. I'm like, for real, Mom? So when your mom knows right. You're on your way, basically, I think that solidifies the fact that, the challenges, whatever, mom's approval is everything. So.
I would have to say too, like Lisa, some friends did, some didn't, give me support as far as family. Shout out to my dad, Mr. Cedric Dalmeda. He's also in the arts. He gave me a lot of support. But I was young at the time and living out in Cornwall, Long Island. So everybody around me, especially my friends, my coworkers were like, what are you doing? Why are you going out to the city? What do you do? And I was free-spirited, and I was like, I didn't give a damn. I didn't care. I was like, I'm going to be an actress, So I just stayed focused. I didn't really, basically, I just went for mine, whether I got support or not, so, yeah.
That's great. And to piggyback off what Kamisha said, when you're in this industry and you have a dream to be a writer, an actor, a musician, you do this because you want to. It's your dream, pursue it. Don't let any obstacles stand in your way. If you don't have the support, keep going. If you don't have the money, find it. There's a lot of things that you could do for free. There's a lot of things that you could do with, support of other people, like this panel that we got together, and we're doing this to work with each other. Find like-minded people. Find people that will support you if you don't feel you're being supported. But be your best advocate. Just do it because you want to do it, and find a way to do it. That's what I say.
Yeah, so like all support ain't good support. So, you're looking for support yourself. Go out and do it yourself. Like, it's all about validating yourself. Don't look for validation. Support yourself. Everybody ain't going to feel your energy. Everybody ain't going to go with your plan. So you got to be determined to do what you want to do and how you want to do it.
Yes, that's exactly right. Every support is not good. And like you said, you gonna go for what you want. You have to. For me, it was very difficult growing up, trying to pursue what I wanted to do. I came from an old-fashioned family from the South, so it was like, dreams, what's that? You know what I'm saying? Like, I was the only person that was artistic. I was the only person that did anything in the sense of trying to be a go-getter. And I was just like, that was my example. That was the fuel. I was like, that's not going to be me. I can't live like that for the rest of my life. People are unhappy. They're lost. I was like, no, that's not going to be me. So then it became more of a mission. And I didn't really care if I had support or not. I was supporting myself. And I went into my tunnel vision, and that's what that was. So I didn't really have support from my family. I'm not going to say that they were like, oh, you better not do that. It's just that they didn't even know how to support me. So instead of me just getting lost and being like, okay, well, let me just follow what they're doing, I was like, nope, I'm going to just follow what I need to do. And as far as friends goes, there were some friends that definitely supported. They saw something in you, and they knew, like, okay, you got something there. Then you have those that didn't understand, because again, everybody, like you said, has a dream, and if you don't really know what to do, or you don't have people pushing you, then you kind of get discouraged and you become bitter, and you want to push that on others, and that could kind of rub off on you too. You could get wrapped up into the wrong things. So it's just knowing what you want, going for it, and just staying focused and believing in yourself, no matter what anybody else says. So
What advice would you give someone who's starting out, not sure where to start from?
Well, I can say go to school, go back to school, schools help you support your dream. I remember I was in cosmetology school, and I was trying to figure out like how I wanted to become a billionaire. I was like, you know what, working the 9 to 5 is not gonna do this. God meant me to push a Bentley, so if I'm gonna push this Bentley, I have to figure out a way creatively. So I was sitting there one night, I started writing out a screenplay, and then pushed the idea to the side, started going back to cosmetology school. Finished cosmetology school, and one of my friends was like, oh, well, isn't your loan open? I'm like, yeah. She's like, so you can still go to school. So went back to Nassau, and from there, it was like, my professors were like, you have a writing skill. I need you to hone in on that. And once that happened, it was like the doors opened up, because I went back to that same project, presented it to my class, got a standing ovation, and just it seeded into my spirit that I had something. So.
Oh, well, I'll say I went to school to be an English. I went to school and did English major because I loved writing. I loved writing poetry and things like that, but I also picked up on photography, and now I am indulging more into photography than writing. And the best advice that I've gotten like this year and any other year is just keep shooting. Just like shoot anything, like shoot people, the birds, go outside. Every day just keep shooting something that seems interesting to you, because you're gonna find what you like, what you love. You're gonna find like your niche, things like that. So just keep shooting.
Like, just to piggyback off what Lisa was saying too, schooling is great for acting if you want to be actress, doing extra work. That's how I started out, doing extra work as well, acting workshops of that nature. Just, again, staying focused, being around people, to win it, you got to be in it, of course. So, just surround yourself with people that want to do the same thing. And, hone your craft, educate yourself. So I would say definitely just stay focused on it, stay on your grind, and keep going no matter what. But definitely surround yourself with those people, whatever that is. But screenwriting, producing, anything of that nature, definitely surround yourself.
I'd say networking.
Yes.
Search for what you want. It's not gonna just fall in your lap. So when I started out, I was going everywhere. I got up for meetup groups. I can't even tell you how many meetup groups I was signed into. I was always hitting her up with, girl, let's go here.
Yeah.
And the best part about it was free, because I couldn't afford
Yeah.
none of that. I couldn't afford going to school. But I was like, okay, I need to be around this situation and these people to learn. So I just was doing any and everything I could. I was doing extra work. I was doing background work. I was hopping on this film. Even if it was a one-liner, it was just being in the environment is the best way that you can learn. But you got to search for it. It's
Yes.
out there. You just got to search for it.
Like,
Eventbrite,
Yeah.
Playbill.
like Jill Scott said, she was just like saying, just be in the room.
Yeah.
Just be in the room. Like, forget your ego, forget any of that stuff.
Yeah.
Just be in the room, be with the people, and
Film festivals.
I've done film festivals, everything like that. Just to network with people, and those are I go to work, not for work, but I go to work to meet people, to network with them, to see what is it that they do outside of the environment. That it's just being in the room, which is a great thing.
Yes.
So I would say educate yourself on your craft. I'll say educate yourself, because not everybody can afford schooling, everybody can't get financial aid, everybody can't get loans. So I'll say educate yourself and just do it. Like, if whatever your craft is, just do it. It's trial and error. You got to put yourself out there and do it. You just trial and error. You got to stop procrastinating and just do it. Just do it. Pick up it. Whatever you're doing, just go full head ahead. Go full steam ahead and just do it.
Yeah.
You got nothing to lose.
And the universal basically present itself back to you, right? Yeah.
Trial and error. Yeah. And get out your comfort zone, and don't be lazy, because you want to do this, you want to do that. I want to be on TV, I want to do this, but you have to go and get it. You got to go, like I said, to these workshops, or whatever. There's show business, backstage, variety. You have to really get out there and get it moving.
voice.
Yeah, exactly. So that's what I would say.
What is your greatest accomplishments? Things that you have done that you thought that were really stood out.
I'd say my greatest accomplishment is never giving up, which has opened up doors to many things I was able to accomplish. But it was just not giving up, period. Not letting obstacles get in my way and just hold me back. So I think for me, that was the greatest one. And believing in myself and like, no, you can do this. Just go for it.
Okay.
I agree. Same page. Believing in yourself, getting up every single day is an accomplishment. Sometimes people get depressed over things and they don't know, well, what am I going to do next? Like Ian said, you just get up. You get up, get out, and you do it every single day. Whatever it is, getting up, thank God, every day is what gets you going. And pursue it. Talk to somebody. If you're an actor, act with somebody. Pretend on the bus that you're somebody else. If you're a photographer, take a picture of somebody. If you're a writer, write. Writers write. Photographers take pictures. Actors act. Create an accent for yourself. Do voiceovers of every single commercial that's on. The greatest accomplishment is what you did today.
Yes.
So no matter what it is that you do, feel good about what you did. Give yourself a pat on the back and say, you know what? I did that today. Make a small list. I'm gonna pretend I'm so and so. Okay, check. I did that. I'm gonna write one paragraph in my novel. Check. I did that. But feel good about whatever it is that you did.
Yes.
Because you got to be your biggest advocate. Again, I said the same thing before. And by just feeling good about what you do, will keep you going to the next level.
I would say my biggest accomplishment yet is today.
Yes.
With all my friends and real family as well.
Thank you.
You
Thank
know, putting this together, I had the idea because I'm a YouTube junkie and I watch a lot of SAG-AFTRA Foundation conversations, the Hollywood Reporter Roundtable, a lot of that. I love looking at interviews with actors and so forth and so on. And I said, why don't I do my own, roundtable, like the pre-Hollywood and everything. And I brought it to Jen's attention, and here we are. And, we network and got people here today. So this is my big accomplishment, definitely, and helping people out there. And as well, Angie, thank you. Shout out to Angie, my hairdresser.
Thank you.
Shout out, Also shout out to my mom. No. Susan, shout out in Florida. But anyway, okay, whatever. So, like I said, this is a big thing because there's people out there who they want to be in the business, they just don't know how to get started or whatever, or they think they don't have what it takes or whatever like that. Just, believe in yourself, trust in yourself, whatever. But like I said, this is my big accomplishment. I want to thank everybody for coming out here today. Thank you.
Yes, thank you.
Thanks for having me.
Okay.
Yes. All right.
Big accomplishment. So signing a contract was a big accomplishment for me. Production company said, "Oh yeah, we like your stuff, and come here and we're gonna shop your stuff. So here's the contract, and here's how it's laid out." And so once it set in that I was like on this journey, that's when it was like, it was the defining moment of going to school, because going to school, yes, I went to Nassau, but then I went to Queens College. That was the challenge because getting there, I live way in the boonies, and I would have to take this 2.5 hour travel there just to get to school, stay there, had to find a job on campus so I can stay there from one class that was at 10 to the 7 o'clock class. So, and then get on the bus at 10 o'clock and get home at sometime 12, but then the bus stops. This dark outside. I walked maybe twice. God is so good because my best friend was like, "Oh no, I'm coming to pick you up," or something would happen where I didn't have to do the walk. But it was that defining moment when I signed the contract recently that it was like, "Oh, okay, I see that this was a part of the journey." And so, like I say, you stick to it, and you have that stick to itness because you need that because. Everything, the kitchen sink, I tell Angie all the time, she's my hairdresser too. The kitchen sink was thrown at me, the front lawn, somebody's aunt. It was just like everything started coming at me, trying to get to just the little things that I'm trying to get to support myself. Mm-hmm. And I want to push a Bentley. Pushing a Bentley means I have to have, clothing and network and shelter, and so you getting to that point is I'm hit with a lot of things, but I could say staying spiritual has really helped fortify me.
Yes. So. Network is definitely God's work.
Yes.
And we have to remember that. Networking is God's work. And that's how we move from one space to another.
Amen.
Positive space, that is. What is your biggest obstacle and how did you deal with it?
Wow. The biggest obstacle of being a photographer is just in general dealing with other people. Mm-hmm. It's just in general dealing with other people and trying to find your tribe, the people who are just as hungry as you are, and they're like, listen, I want to get this done. We're not even talking about money. You know what I mean? We're not even talking about, well, are you paying me, or this, that, and the third? Are you paying for my time? It's just that you are a creative individual, I'm a creative individual, and it's like, can we put something together? And we don't know what it's going to do. We don't know if it might be crap, but at least we tried doing it. And it's like, for me, it was I got into the this nervous aura. Is like, well, I can't, how do I ask this person? Mm-hmm. And it's always just like, just ask, you know, it's just email them, just ask, you know, you never know who who is going to say yes. And you could just ask a regular person off the street and everything. And people are in their own nervous aura too. They don't know what's going on, but some people are like, yeah, sure, I'll help you out. I love that. I this, that, and the third. But you will always run into egos. You'll always run into people who want, they want to take, but they don't want to give. And it's, like, you learn throughout the process of getting something done, like, personalities don't always match. And you learn that some people are not on the same level of integrity as you are, are holding their word or anything to that matter. And that's just how people are.
How do you find hungry people? Like, where do the hungry people come from? In your network, meaning?
Honestly, like, for me, it's just trial and error. It's just, I see, sometimes I get misled, or anything. So seeing, like, people on Instagram or social media, like, they seem confident in what they do. But when you reach out to them, they're just like, they can take pictures for themselves. But when there's a cameraman or there's a photographer, they might be like, oh, because they'll be more nervous because somebody else is filming. They're more confident in their own comfort zone. So I can't say that I haven't found hungry people. I have, but it's all just been trial and error and everything like that, And everybody's season is not always the same. So one season you could find 5 hungry people, and those same 5 hungry people they won't be there for next season, because they're on a different path. They found a different way. But you just cherish what you did, and then if it's a project that you did and it's like, hey, I put out this project, and if it gets picked up and we make some money off of it, then we know that we can vibe together. If it doesn't, then you just find others to work with. That's it.
So I don't really know about obstacles. All that stuff all that stuff I feel is excuses. People say they can't do this because of this. They can't do this because of this. First of all, excuses don't explain and explanations don't excuse. So everything is a situation. If you really want it bad enough, you're going to find a way or make a way to do what you got to do. If you really want it bad enough. If it's that serious for you, it's that serious for you. You're going to make it happen. You got resources, you got connects, it's different things, different ways to make things happen. So it all depends on how serious it is for you. Because obstacles is basically a situation. You have an obstacle when you wake up in the morning, your stomach hurt and you don't want to go to work, but you still got to go get paid, and the rent still got to pay. So obstacles is a part of life. So I don't know about that life. So it's just an excuse. So I don't know.
I think we always, like, piggyback off of what Ian's saying too about obstacles, and I think sometimes you're always in the way of yourself. Just being negative and not believing in yourself or anything like that. So it's like man in the mirror. You got to look in the mirror and you got to say, okay, every day you got to be like, okay, this is the day, I could do it. I can make it. And just trusting in yourself, trusting in God, praying a lot to help you and guide you throughout your journey, So definitely just, whatever, family, friends, because they're always going to tell you, oh, I don't think you're good enough, or I don't think this, and okay, that's fine. They can say whatever they want, but you trust and believe in yourself, and you know what you can do, and just go out there and do it.
What are some of the things that you do day to day to maintain?
Pray.
Pray.
I think everybody's going to say that. You got to know Jesus.
Yes.
You got to know God. You got
That's
to.
it. Definitely praying. Definitely.
Prayer life works.
Yeah.
It opens up doors.
It fortifies your soul. I feel learning how to pray is one of the big things that I'm learning in this season, more so than anything. So learning what to pray for, because you have to be specific about your prayers.
Meditation is a big part of my day. Clearing your mind or just focusing on one thing, on one subject. So meditation is a real big part of my day. So that's me.
Exercise. eating right. Because if you know, loading your body with junk, you're not going to feel good, you know. And exercise, a simple walk will clear your head, you know, a nice long walk. I think about all those little books and long walks in the park.
Yes, I wish I could just come in and say yes. Exercise. I need to pray. Lord, take the food that I don't need out of my life. Exercise can first you have to ask the Lord to deliver you from some of those bad habits.
These chips in my pocket.
Yes, but you're right. We just put so many bad things into our bodies, and before you even can get to that stage, sometimes you can't do it on your own. So on your own, you have to ask the Lord to deliver you from the bad eating habits, because you're trying to do it on your own and you can't, because you didn't even pray and ask God to help you along the way. You didn't even think about it, sit down and said, this is what I'm going to do, because it takes willpower, and you have to be strong and stick to it. So yes, eating, what we put into our bodies has a lot to do with the way we perform from day to day. I would agree.
I'd say breathing. I've come to learn that I've been grinding so hard for so long that I'm like, it's okay to take a moment for myself and just breathe and be selfish with that and be okay with it, you know, because you always say, oh, I got to do this, or I got to, no, you got to take care of yourself first and foremost so that you can help that person or whatever the situation is. But I've learned that it's just taking that moment and being okay with that, whatever it is, whether it's meditation, whether it's exercising, and just completely, you know, giving that moment to yourself, whatever it is, just shutting out the world for a moment.
Yeah.
And I see that the more you get into things, the deeper you get. It's like you need that, because like you will just break, and your body will shut you down if you don't take a moment and listen to it. Like, nope, okay, I'm gonna show you. So I say, yeah, just taking that moment for yourself.
Do you think the way the industry is designed today is better or worse for entrepreneurs?
I think it's better. I think it's better. Today's industry, you can do Instagram, you could do Snapchat, you could do Yahoo, you could do Amazon. You have your own platform, like this one.
Yes.
That our creative directors and hosts have created to make your own. Like if you have an Instagram account, you can put all your photographs out there. You get your certain amount of followers. Yahoo, YouTube, so many of these platforms now on the internet allow you to put your stuff out there. I can't tell you how many people I've met that have their own YouTube channel, that they're making money from it, that have put out their own productions on YouTube, and they're getting people to follow. So if you're a creative artist, and there's people that are in the industry now, NYU graduates, non-NYU graduates, who've put their own series on television, on the internet.
Yes.
So this is an open field now. We need more of us to do that, because sometimes the industry is limited for us. So we need our entrepreneurs to get out there and put their work out there and make it known that there's still work for us.
Yeah. The social media is the way of the world.
Yeah,
It's big.
it's technology nowadays. Yeah,
Yes.
it's better than what it was 20 years ago, of course. But yeah, definitely, like you say, Instagram, tweeting, those sort of things. Definitely, I would say.
Yeah, I believe it's definitely better. I'm from the old school, so you know, I didn't have social media and that stuff growing up. So it's like it became this whole other world that I had to kind of grow into and learn that, okay, this is something that can be useful. Because, you know, in the beginning, it's people got stupid stuff online. And it's like,
Right.
Why am I tweeting you? What am I doing? Like, you know, so, but then I learned that's like, okay, this is something that's going to be beneficial as an artist. And the beautiful thing is right now, it's like a wave. You know, and it's like, that's why, you know, doing this was a great idea, because it's like, I feel like we're at that place in the middle, like, you know, like, we gonna do some big things. We about to bust the door open, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, you know, we didn't always have that door to just easily slide into. Now it's just like, psh, let's go.
That's-
You know what I'm saying?
It's
So
rock and roll, yeah.
it's
With,
so
like,
inspirational and beautiful right now.
Over the top content, so having Netflix
And Hulu, and so you're able to shop your idea to a bigger, broader
Right.
And you can
place
get real
and
content out
library
there.
of
You know what I'm saying?
content.
You can speak on real issues and really get things out there and make people wake up and listen. So I love
actually
it.
think social media helps and it hurts because social media, anybody could get on there now
Yeah.
and put their product out there, and it could be horrible. It could be horrible. They can have no kind of skills, no kind of work ethic. It could be just horrible, and they can get a deal. Someone will see them and they get a deal. It's flooded. It's
Yeah.
flooded. It's like people with real skills and people who don't have real talent. So it's all together.
Mesh.
So you have to look and find and all kind of stuff. So when the gatekeepers come, who's looking for artists, who's looking for ill people, they might see the person with no skills first and be like, oh, let's just grab him and not go down the line and look at all these other people who've been doing it, who have skills and who've been putting their dedication, putting their hard work in it. But someone who come and just get an easy route or get an easy,
That was
easy
how the
gimmick and
record
win.
industry
Right.
was, though. Like,
Yeah.
I knew people that
That's
got
in film.
signed.
That's in film also.
Yeah,
That's
like
in
they,
film
it was
also.
like the
Distribution
garbage person got
distribution
signed.
companies
but-
give.
Right, but that's the one-hit wonder. But if you want longevity,
Longevity, yes.
do what you're doing. Get your education. Practice your craft. Practice your craft. Keep doing it.
Yeah.
Get your name
And
out there.
network,
And
yeah.
make sure that you have the right look, the right appeal, the right, market yourself. Don't go out there, be phony, be fake, and say things that's going to get you in trouble, right? Go out there and make sure that your presentation is legit. Make sure that everything you're doing is legit, so that when they do come and they sign you, you're above board. That you got the education, you got the skills, you got the practice. You've done it. You've been there. You've done that. You know what needs to be done, and you're solid. So that when they look at your Instagram
right.
page, they're like, yeah, that's more than just a one-hit wonder.
Yes.
After they listen to that one track, and like, okay, we'll take him because we could use him because that's all he got. But we're going to take you because you got more than just one thing going. And that's what you want. You want, in my opinion, you
You've
want
polished your
longevity.
craft.
Yes.
Polished your craft. You know how to do the different actors and actresses scenes. You know how to cry on command. You know how to write the comedy as well as write the serious drama. You know how to take the scene that, nobody could really capture when you look at that picture, and then you're like, oh, he's got the eye. So in my opinion, hone your craft. Know what you're doing, but make sure you got your package together, that you're not, just something run of the mill off the street. That you're going to be able to take this to the next level, like y'all going to do.
I say it's like all like underneath an artist, it's just got to be some type of substance. You know what I mean? Like anybody can go out there right now and just, like you said, make some video, and it's like, okay, I want to be a YouTube hit star, and it's like they're just making everyday content about whatever, and it just doesn't, like, where is this coming from? Like, what are you trying to put out a message? Are you trying to, like, what are you trying to do for people or the world or something like that? Because you want us to watch and then somebody to pay you, and then it's like there's no substance under there that's holding you up. And then if you actually get a hit, like, you probably right. Because there's some people out there that's like, so you did this, oh, we like you and stuff, and then you're like, wait, what? And it's like, I don't want to do this no more. It's like, oh, so you just did this, and you know what I mean? But I also think, as an artist, sometimes it's like you like you said, you want them to look at you, but sometimes I feel like maybe there's artists that they don't want them. Who's ever in the industry, like the big names and everything, because it's like they know that they have something different. Their market is out there, but it's something that they probably have to create it themselves. You know what I mean? And like, like a model could like be like, well, I don't want to work with Vogue, and Vogue is the top name or whatever. But at the same time, it's like, do you conform to Vogue or do you stick with what you know, because I know I do some photos that is not going to appeal to every single person, and everybody's like, Ian, I want to see your photos and stuff, and it was like, what are you looking for? Are you looking for a kid's party and a wedding, or are you looking for some erotic stuff? Because I'm just like, if I show you erotic stuff, you can be like, oh no, that's not me, I go to church, whatever, stuff like that. But it's like, next minute you're like, oh, do you like, when they hear that you're a photographer, it's just a broad general statement. It's like, oh, you're a photographer. And it's like, yeah, I'm a photographer, but you're treating me like a man with a camera. There's a total difference between a man with a camera and a photographer, you know what I mean? And it's like, if I show you my work, or if I tell you, you show me what you want, and I say, well, this is not what I do, you know what I mean? I can refer you to somebody else, or, because I can't help you with that, because that's not my
Niche.
that's not my niche, that's not my passion, those are not the things that I want to do or whatever. And like I said, it's like I as an artist may not want that client, even if that client wants me. So
What's the best advice you would give someone on the journey that feels like the pressure is getting the best of them?
Never give up.
Yeah.
Never give up. Pray and never give up. That's my mom's motto, was always just pray. When anything I would be faced with, either schools or obstacles of any kind, she would just say pray. Pray. So pray. And never give up. Get up every single day and just try it again. Try again. That's my advice.
Yeah, I'd say never give up and learn to understand that your obstacles or whatever you feel, is getting the best of you, it's supposed to shake you. It's for a reason, so it's take the time to learn why that was placed there and kind of understand why it's a part of your journey. You're not going to get where you need to go overnight. It's not going to be easy, but it's those obstacles that you run into along your path, that's what molds you, that's what shapes you, that's what gives you the strength to keep going. So it's just like, don't give up. You're gonna feel like it, but it's like, nah, you gotta just push through that and just get up and keep going, and knowing that tomorrow's gonna be better.
So this gonna be kind of messed up, but if you feel like the pressure is getting to you and you want to give up, then I think you should give up, because you're not built for this. You're weak and you're not built for this, and you should give up. If you let pressure or something else stop you from doing what you're doing, you shouldn't do this. It's not built for you, because it's people that's going through it. It's people who got the pressure. It's people who got the world on their shoulders, but they still doing this. It's women who work 2 jobs, got 3 kids, and they don't complain, and they still doing their craft. So if the pressure's getting to you, give up, because this is not for you. That's all.
That's the truth. That's a hard truth. That's a truth. You better be ready for closed doors. You better be ready for somebody to say, "Oh, I don't like your work," or you better be ready for criticism. You better be ready to be criticized. You better be ready to hear no. Because no hurts. And everything hurts. Anything, especially with your craft and your creative vision, if someone doesn't like your creative vision and they say no, you got to accept it. And you got to go back to the table and do it again.
That's right.
So keep going.
Yeah, don't be afraid to accept rejection. Definitely don't be afraid. Learn from it and keep going, keep moving, and always growing. You're always growing. You always, strive to know more. Like everybody said here, hone your craft and everything. But rejection is definitely something that is a learning tool. It's useful, so.
And I just want to add, learn how to take criticism, because everybody loves to criticize. People will criticize you about everything, but then they're not doing anything. People will criticize you about everything, but they're not doing anything. So, just learn how to take criticism and wipe it off your shoulder.
All right. So this concludes the first edition of our roundtable. I want to thank you guys so much for taking the time to come out here and just help us with this and bring this vision to everybody. Hopefully this is something that we will continue. So this was like a little trial Thank you, Angie. I can't thank you enough. Angie was so open and sweet. When we came to her with the idea, she was like, y'all can use our spot. It was like, okay. You know, and she's
Exactly.
just been so beautiful and loving and just
You're welcome.
encouraging and just like, yes, you know, what you got going on? You know, so when you have people like this that believe in you, like,
Yes.
stick with them. Stick with them because
Absolutely.
everybody's not going to be like that. You know, so they may, oh, okay, but when you know when somebody really believes in you.
Genuine.
Like,
Yes.
yes, you know what I'm saying? You need that. And thank you, Ken, for coming out here.
Thank
and
you, Ken.
Ken is videotaping everything.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you. And also, I want to give a shout out. I forget to mention her, my cousin, Crystal, you know, AKA professional blogger for military wives. You're doing a beautiful thing, and I like that billboard you got down there, down south, and love you.
Yep, so I'm going to have everything up so you guys can reach out to us or the panel, network. Please build on what you're doing and your journey. And like I said, never give up because there are people out there who are rooting for you. And there's a space out there for you. There's a space for everybody. Just
Yes.
don't give up.
Thank you. I would like to close with this thought. Your dreams are the key to your destiny. Use them to unlock many doors you will come across on your journey. Never give up. Your path will make sense in due time. Thank you.